start by sharing your journey led you to fully promoted and what your role as marketing and technology manager in time. Fully promoted is known for helping business create impactful branding merchandise. How do you work with client to ensure their custom merchandise their truly elaborates their brand identity? Thank you so much for giving the time today, man. Branding beyond the basic, building stronger connection with fully promoted. The first question, could you start by sharing your journey led you to fully promoted and what your role as marketing and technology manager in time?
So I've been with our parent company, United Franchise Group, now for 2.5 years. And I've
Wow.
been with Fully Promoted specifically. So we have 10 plus brands underneath that parent umbrella, United Franchise Group. So there's a lot of unique offerings here, but Fully Promoted specifically, like I said, I work with them. But what led me to this point? So I was working with a small company prior to coming over to United Franchise Group and Fully Promoted. And we specialized in agronomy. So we had a small soil and plant tissue testing laboratory, and
Right.
we helped golf courses around the country with coming up with plans to grow
Wow.
healthier golf courses. Right.
Wow.
Like in order to play golf, you have to have a nice turf to play on. So
Exactly.
I worked with them for a number of years and I had many different roles with them and ended up, kind of managing the sales department and
Wow.
the digital marketing.
Wow.
And it just came to a point where it was time for me to move on and look for other opportunities in marketing because I'm very passionate about that subject. So
Yeah.
I started looking for opportunities. I was literally scouring the internet. I mean, it was 20, 30 resumes a day that I was filling out and just
Wow.
happened to come across United Franchise Group. I didn't even know at the time that it would be for Fully Promoted until I came in for the interview. So
You.
that's what kind of led me to this point. But it's very interesting because in that previous role, we were a small company, so
Right.
I was in it. And now
Mhm.
I'm in the capacity and as the marketing and technology manager where I get to help hundreds of small business owners. So
Yes.
a lot of the same challenges we faced in my previous role, I find franchisees or fully promoted owners experience the same challenges.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Certainly.
there was a good segue there into coming into fully promoted. But in my role as the marketing and technology manager, I oversee those two departments. I like to
Right.
joke around and say, where they're very different some
Right.
days, and then other days where there's crossover because our marketing tools are very technical on the back
Right.
end. So we help support our franchisees in that. But I would say, my top three responsibilities outside of supporting the franchisees is number one, brand awareness. And doing a podcast like this is a part of that, right? Getting more people to know who we
What you?
are, what we
Yes.
do.
Certainly. Of course. I agree.
We have roughly 160, 170 active locations in the US right now, but we have
Yes.
franchisees worldwide, from Mexico to Australia. We're now getting into
I think.
Europe. So
Yes. I saw some in London, some in Berlin. Yes, I did see them.
yeah, we just opened a new location in Ireland, I believe. So we are
I
expanding
did.
very
Yeah.
rapidly. Yeah, so it's really cool to be a part of the brand right now because we're growing very quickly. So I would say brand awareness being number one, and I
Mhm.
look at companies that I aspire to, achieve this level of branding like Apple,
Nice.
Nike. If
Were
we look
you?
at, so I was just talking about, brand recognition and that being one of my biggest responsibilities. And I was just saying, I look at companies that I feel do it the best is Nike, Apple.
Okay.
If you look at franchise models like a McDonald's or even the New York Yankees, right? And not to compare by any means,
Of
but
course.
I would like to achieve that type of brand awareness for fully promoted, where you could
Yeah.
go anywhere in the world and people would go, I've heard of them. So
Uh,
that would
yeah.
be one of my top responsibilities. Number two would to make sure that we have marketing tools that work, that are
Right.
current, that feel like they're with the times, right? We don't want anything that feels
Technical
dated.
is if your marketing technical is background.
They go together. I don't
Yes.
think enough people know that the creative and the technical marketing are separate, but they're
Separate.
required.
They're
You have to
separate, but
have
yeah.
both, right? Because
Both.
you could have the prettiest email, but if you can't get it delivered, nobody sees it.
Nobody sees it.
They go hand in hand.
Of course.
Um,
Of course.
so number two, again, would be the marketing tools and the training so that our franchisees know how to use those tools. And then number three, like I was saying, we're a big network. So there are a lot of us, a lot of moving parts. So it would be the internal marketing that we do as a franchisor to our franchisees. So
Right.
as an example, last year we rolled out a new website. That was a
Wow.
big project, a big undertaking. We needed everybody to know what was happening, what the timeline was, and what to do moving forward to have access to those tools, and where the training was to go attend that and know how to use the new website, and where to go find all these new resources that we're rolling out to our
Right.
franchisees. So that is how I like to, explain what my top three responsibilities are. I mean, we wear many different hats here. I'm sure you do too in your role.
Yes, of course.
Um, yeah, but those would be my top responsibilities outside of providing direct support to our franchisees, the fully promoted owners.
And that's how you've been scaling. You support one supply, one distributor. He achieved his goal. He loved what you did. And the supplier would come. He come back to you with more solution. He come back to you for more ideas, more selling things. Then you help them in apparel, promotion product. You guide them how to go about the next. The second question I had, fully promoted, known for helping business create impactful branding merchandise. How do you work with client to ensure their custom merchandise they truly elaborates their brand identity?
It's a great question, and that might be different for every business. But I think what is so important about working with Fully Promoted is knowing and understanding that they're local. So
Right,
each one of our franchisees is very involved in their local territories, their local cities.
right,
And so it's business owners helping other business owners. And our
right,
fully promoted franchisees care a lot about helping other business owners grow. So
right,
protecting their brand identity, coming up with creative ways to market themselves, making
right,
sure that the promotional items that they're buying
right,
align with their other marketing strategies. So
right,
when you work with the fully promoted, they're going to sit down and start this process of providing a consultation and figuring out where your pain points are, and how can we come up with promotional items that help you solve problems where you have those pain points. So
right,
that consultation and that process might look a little different for each one of our fully promoted franchisees. But at the end of the day, what happens is they sit down, they meet with a business owner like yourself, and they go, okay, what are you trying to achieve here? Right? What is the event that you're getting ready for? Is it a trade show? You've never
right.
been to a trade show. We can kind of coach you through that because our
Wow.
fully promoted owners are experts in that field. So they kind of act as an extension of another local company's marketing department, or
Right,
even as another example, like their HR department. Maybe they're
right,
having trouble, not only finding good employees, but keeping them. So we could come up with like a promotional item, like maybe we would do like a employee onboarding kit. Right. So
right,
me, I'm new. I come in for my first day. I sit down. I'm, filling out paperwork. And then I get this nice branded box. I
right,
open it. I get a nice branded mug, a leather bound notebook, a pen, a
right,
nice
right,
embroidered polo. And it starts to create this experience, if you will.
right,
So
right,
I like to think of our franchisees as tastemakers or
right,
trendsetters. But
right,
at the end of the day, they're helping other business owners solve problems. So
right,
that consultation is catered to figuring out how we can best help you. And that
right,
way, it's, you go to some of these other competitors that you might be able to purchase something online and it might be really easy, but then when you order it, it shows up and it's imprinted wrong or there's a color incorrect. You can't return that, right? It's already customized. So
yes,
by sitting down with the fully promoted, you're getting that consultation, you're getting that white glove treatment, if you will.
right.
And they want to make sure that it's not just a purchase. You're not just buying products. We
This
want
is
to
my
make sure that it's an
solution.
investment.
Solution, yes,
Yes.
yes.
So that is a big portion of what makes Fully Promoted unique. And I'll be honest with you, in the last 2 years and that I've been involved with the brand, we've shifted that. We're not just looking at ourselves as, okay, we're putting a logo on a shirt or a cup. No, what solution can we provide through this promotional item?
Right, right, of course. And the third question, in today's digital age, technology plays a huge role in marketing. How does technology integrate with custom merchandising at fully promoted to help business build stronger connections?
That's a good question too. Especially in today's world where technology is evolving so rapidly. One of our big solutions from a technological standpoint is having an e-commerce store where a
Sure.
client can go and shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay.
within that platform, our franchisees can also put together, custom presentations for their clients. They can offer custom web stores, which is a big revenue driver for us. So I'm fully promoted and you're coming to me because you have a big school and you
Mhm.
want to put together this school uniform store where the parents log in and they purchase custom, merchandise for their kids who attend
Right.
this really high-end private school. We can
Right.
put our franchisees put that together, and when you log in, it looks like the school's store. Now, Fully Promoted is running it, and we are facilitating it, but the parents can come in and order that directly. And then the school, who is the Fully Promoted, the client of the Fully Promoted, they're kind of hands off. So that would be an example, is doing custom stores for our clients or having this e-commerce site. And we do that through ASI, by the way. They're a very big partner of ours. So we have a custom e-commerce platform that
Right.
matches our corporate website. So from a branding standpoint, it's the same, but it's really high end. There are thousands of products there, anything from Nike Dry Fit polos down to pens or
And
electronics.
everything is there.
Yes. And, a big portion of a challenge for us is getting our clients to know the extent of what we do. They might come
Right.
to us to embroider a polo, but not know that we can also customize electronics. So
Amit.
making it easier for our franchisees to sell is a
Yeah.
huge, strategy that we take into account. And doing that
Great
through
thing.
an online
Great
store is a
thing.
big portion of that. Yeah. Making it easier.
Great, great thing, Tyler, that you're doing, helping businesses to reach their goal, achieve their milestone, where you see your milestone, man. Is what I've
Yes.
heard in this fourth question. The fourth question: what are some big challenges you face when blending marketing and technology to create custom promotional product, and how do you overcome them?
Right now, a big challenge for us is just data. And
Uh-huh.
talking to any marketer probably give you a similar answer, right? Like you could have data, but if it's not giving you the answers to the problems you're having, how do you solve them? So that's a challenge for us right now, is data collection. And a lot of our technology is very segmented. So we're working towards more integrations. So that
Uh-huh.
way our technology is talking to each other. For
Yeah.
instance, new lead comes in through the website, that goes into the CRM system and then eventually the POS system so they can complete that order. So right
Good.
now it is fairly segmented, which is a challenge for our franchisees. So we're looking at ways to get our technology to speak to each other more, and then that would give us better data.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
we're using that data too to inform our marketing decisions. Another example would be we're, creating a lot of content right now and we're running ads with it. And if we see that a particular style ad is not working, we pull the ad spin back on it and we continue creating the content that we see is getting good impressions. So we're
Right.
using, in an advertising sense, we're using that data to inform what content we're going to continue creating.
Wow.
And that's on a national level. So when we see that works, we package that up and we share it with our franchisees
Yes.
so they know what to use at the local level.
Wow, beautiful. So technology skills is very most important when for any business organization, any business owner, if he wants to run an organization, he has to learn little bit of technology to keep
It
up. Yes, you have to
It's
learn that.
required. Even our franchisees are starting to look into AI and how they can use AI to
Wow.
help them source product ideas for a client. Because sometimes client comes to them and goes, I have no idea what I'm doing here. I just know I need your help. That's a tough place to start, right? So, coming up with even product ideas can be challenging sometimes. So, we've been coaching our franchisees on how to use AI technology to come
Right,
up with product ideas. Or, the other side of that is sourcing products. They might have a client that saw something and they send you a screenshot, right? And they go, I want this
right,
product. And then the
right. Of course.
franchisee goes, what product is that, right? So I show them, well, let's go into Google and reverse image search it. And
Uh-huh.
then I can help them source the product based on that type of technology. So
Oh, like that.
it's
Nice.
it's simple things like that that exist out there, but sometimes we don't think about how we can use them
Do things better. Yes,
in
yes.
in the
To know.
capacity of how we work.
Even
So
You rightly said AI. People should know how to use AI. AI is good. AI is not going to take your jobs. AI is going to help
Exactly.
you to grow more.
Being scared of it is where you go wrong because then you don't touch it, right?
No,
So
no.
if you understand how to use it to make you better at your job, it can never
Yes,
replace you,
can never
you know?
replace you. They can never replace you.
And
How,
even ASI, rolled out the new ESP Plus
yes,
dashboard, and so
yes.
we've integrated that into
And
our
that's AI
franchisees.
friendly. AI. They have integrated AI also there.
And that's why I brought it up because even ASI is like, we need something to help our distributors have an easier job. Because
Yes,
the industry is so vast, especially if you're new to it,
yes,
So some of our franchisees have 20 years experience and they adopt it very quickly. We have
yeah.
brand new franchisees coming in who their eyes are big and they're like, where do I even start? So I'm very careful too when I talk about technology because it depends on who you're talking to. You and I could talk about technology all
Yes,
day
yes,
and be on
yes,
the same page. Some
yes,
of
yes.
our other franchisees, they need us to
I
go a
will
little
open.
slower. And so
True.
I will
True.
change how I talk about it depending on how
Case
you're
to case.
receiving it.
Case to
So,
case. Yes,
yes.
yes.
So that's a skill set too, is knowing when to talk about it and what to talk
When to
about
come.
depending
True.
on the situation.
True. Looking ahead, what trends or innovation in both marketing and promotional product do you see shaping the future of branded merchandise? And how fully promoted adapting these changes?
From a technology standpoint, I could see us integrating more tools that come up with mock-ups quicker.
Right.
So that could be something in the near future. I see us integrating more into our current systems, is just helping our franchisees get artwork in front of their clients quicker. We look at partnerships, so we just brought on a partner that does artwork. So centralizing that is one of the ways we're looking at making that easier.
Do you
Um,
also do art? Do you
our
also do?
franchisees do artwork, yes. A lot of them outsource it. Some of them do have graphic designers on staff, but a lot of it, especially for like digitizing, is outsourced.
I help supplier distributor grow in artwork, helping scale in creative, giving the career sales flyer so that they win sales.
From a technology standpoint, I could see us, integrating a little bit more efficiency into how quickly we can, offer
Build.
mock-ups to our clients. From like a trend standpoint, three-fourths of the workforce now is millennial and Gen Z. So I
Okay.
see us transitioning or evolving some of the way that we market because
Yes.
like myself, I'm in my 30s and there's going to be
Right.
younger people who are in
Yes.
decision-making roles
Yes.
and right now and in the near future, and knowing what they're interested in, so knowing who we're marketing to, but then also like the younger people are very interested in
Yes.
sustainability. So I
Definitely.
see a lot of our franchisees are already marketing and selling sustainable products, but how can we put marketing campaigns around sustainability, even with everything going on in the US right now? um,
Right.
Made in the USA products, things like
Yes.
that. I think we're going to see a shift back
It's
towards a
good. It's a
focus
good
on that.
movement. It's a good movement, Tyler. Made in USA.
Well, yeah. I mean, the USA kind of, in a lot of ways, things that become cool elsewhere
Yes.
were cool here first. So I think we need to be aware of that and we need to be able to pivot depending on which way that goes. So
True.
sustainability made in the USA and looking at how do we put more specific marketing material in front of that younger audience who is going to be in decision making roles, the ones who are going to be buying these products moving forward. So we need to be aware of who they are. They're already here. And how do we speak to them? How do we translate what Fully Promoted does and how we could help them in whatever role they're in and whatever industry they're in?
Yes. The best email address, anybody get in touch with you, and the phone number. If he wants if wants to become a franchisee with you, if he wants to have a place an order with you, or wants to become a partner with you, how can anybody get in touch with you?
Me personally, you can find me on LinkedIn. I would love to connect there. My email is tsherwood@ufgcorp.com.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in having a conversation just generally, hit me up there. If you're interested in becoming a franchisee, you'll want to go to franchise.fullypromoted.com. We would be glad to have, anybody come through and just inquire. You could also go to fullypromoted.com and find it there, but our franchising site is separate from that. The industry is booming, and I'm sure your followers know that it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So it's a
Yes.
very great time to be getting into promotional products
Right
and Fully
time.
Promoted. is expanding very quickly. And we give
Yeah.
you the option. You could be just the sales office, or you could buy the embroidery equipment and do production in-house. So there's a
Wow.
lot of flexibility in purchasing a fully promoted that we offer franchisees. So
A lot of variant that you guys are offering. Amazing. It was a great conversation with you, Tyler. Fruitful thing. Anybody listening to this podcast would learn something from the 5 things that you explained today. Thank you so much again, and from the whole team of Vector Art.
thank you so much for having me. I appreciate your
Thank
time.
you. Thank you. Thank you.